Hello dear traders, I'm Anna Kasatkina and you're watching another financial release from ИнстаФорекс. The monetary policy of Japan has been torn apart once again. This time, skeptics questioned Abenomics on the back of weak retail sales data. The indicator rose by a modest 0.4% in June from May. Annually, retail sales dropped by 0.6%. 2 months have passed after Japan raised its sales tax rate, but it is still hard to determine its influence on the Japanese economy. According to the report released today, Japan's jobless rate has risen unexpectedly to 3.7% from 3.5% before. However, an increase was caused by a greater number of people returning to a job search. Other data indicates that it has become easier for the Japanese people to find a new job. The ratio of offers to job seekers is at a 22-year high. The government of the land of the rising sun tries to convince entrepreneurs to boost wages, a move which would improve financial position of consumers and help resume economic growth. So far, the Japanese authorities failed to reach consensus. Wages in May were unchanged from the previous month. The US dollar-Japanese yen pair rose to a 3-week high after meeting resistance at the level of 102 yen per $1. Experts claim that the pair's exchange rate is to remain within a narrow range amid expectations for further sanctions against Russia. The Japanese companies are ready to expand and hire more staff, and improving labor market conditions are likely to lead to greater consumer spending. So it's quite possible that economy has jumped to conclusions criticizing Shinzo Abe's monetary policy. Ambitious steps taken by Japan's Prime Minister have repeatedly proven their viability, yet experts go on doubting. And this was daily financial news from InstаФорекс. Stay tuned.